This is an exciting episode.
Let's make sure we don't disappoint, sir.
Oh, why would you do it? It just makes me so nervous now. All right, cool.
Put you on the spot.
Andrew.
Hello.
Welcome. Welcome to the George Janko Show, and thank you for ending season 1. What a great season. What a great season. I brought my notes, bro, because I didn't want to come all the way to Romania and then like forget. So if you see me looking, don't.
Yeah, it's a long way to come. You know, it's kind of the forgotten part of the world. I'm not Romanian, but I certainly put Romania on the map. I don't feel like anyone talked about Romania ever.
Okay, this is a great pivot that I want to say. Everything you just said, I agreed with. Everything you just said, I agreed with. The only problem that I see is when you were like, shut up. Let me give you an example. Here's the reason why. Everything you just said was absolutely correct. And as a man, I could look at you, and if I had children, I'd be like, yo, listen to this man. He's being very, very correct. Now, my girl's gonna be like, well, why did he just tell his girl to shut the fuck up? Like,
I said shush.
Yes. But okay, let me give you an example.
I was dismissive with my hand.
Nah, I know, but you know what this means?
Flicking the diamonds.
Get the fuck out of my face. This is what every girl here, shut up and go make me a sandwich. This is what comes off. So you're fighting getting men to be like, yes, but then you turn off the women. Here's the problem. You're trying to make men more men. But men, before they listen to you, are listening to the girls because they just got a girl. They don't want to lose them. They did everything that they could to get this girl.
Correct.
So here's the thing. When you see a fireman bust into a building that's on fire, he's not going to look at the person and be like, what the fuck? Why did you do this? He's going to be like, hey, it's okay. Look at me, grab my hand, come out. Why can't you take that approach?
I think I am. And it's actually funny when you say I lose to women, because I'll tell you something that most people probably do not know. I don't know if I've said it before. I have never had a negative interaction with a female ever since I've looked on the internet. I've not had a single woman complain at me.
I'm so sorry. Could you just use your mic?
Sure. I've never had a single woman come up to me and say anything bad. When I was in jail, I had thousands of love letters from women. I've never had a single woman complain about anything I say. Now, I agree. This dismissive, the diamonds, in the light, I get it.
Yeah.
Is it purposeful? I don't want to say it's purposeful. Do I find myself amusing? Certainly.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
It's funny.
But here's the thing: we could take a joke and we could filter the bullshit.
Yeah.
But females, like you said, they're based off of emotions.
Correct.
They're gonna feel their emotions first and then react. Men are like, oh, that's fucking hilarious. Obviously, he's not gonna tell his girl to do that. Yeah. Most likely, the real scenario is like, sweetheart, come sit down. Everything's fine. Listen to me. I'm gonna protect you.
Absolutely.
So I'm just curious to know, why don't you just take that approach? Because I know you know what you're doing. You're a chess master. Every move you make, you're making it for a reason. Are you doing it to be polarizing?
There's no light without dark. Oh, absolutely. And you can also apply the same to fighting. Like if you look at the Islamic fighters, they say, "Oh, glory to God." God's already decided. I'm just gonna go in there. They're so calm.
Yeah, and by the way, that's scary.
It's
dude.
super scary.
Yo, if you walk into a dude and he's just super calm,
it doesn't care.
Fuck all that. I don't even want to be here anymore.
Absolutely. Yeah. Like if I were to agree, and if I were to do a fight now, I know that it's in God's hands. So I'd be as calm. I'd be nervous, of course, and I'd want to be nervous, but I'd know, like, look, this is in God's hands. God's already decided. Allah's the best of planners. He will decide if I need to win and destroy this man, or if I need to lose and learn a lesson. Then it's up to God.
That's working off of fear, not faith. Faith is so beautiful when you could use it, and fear is such a poison, bro. And I don't know if you've really hung out with people that have fear. It's an addictive personality.
Oh, it's sticky.
It's very sticky.
Yeah.
Very sticky. Have you ever watched something on TikTok or Instagram and then all day you're just thinking about it and you're like, this motherfucker can't leave my brain, dude. Yeah. My behaviors were intolerable because of the people around me.
Oh, absolutely.
You are who you hang out with. My father would tell me that all the time. He'd be like, hey, cut it out, bro. You need to stop hanging out with these people that are bringing you down.
You know what's interesting about that point before we move on? It's really interesting that people understand. I've never met somebody who disagrees with the point. You are the person who you are the sum of the people you spend the most time with. Yeah. Everyone agrees with that. But then they hang around with dickheads. Well, you know why? Where's the disconnect between those 2 points?
Because people like for other people to feel bad for them. They hang on to that. That's their identity.
Sympathy.
Yeah, it's their identity.
What's their favorite emotion? Sympathy. Like we said earlier, their favorite emotion is sympathy. They're looking for sympathy. That's what they want. That's what makes them feel good. That's their favorite food. You have to choose what your favorite food is. My favorite food, I'll be honest with you, and I actually respect, and you give me a lot to think about. And without being arrogant, at my echelon, it's not often I sit down with somebody and they say something that makes me think. But you've given me something to think about, and I genuinely, I'm going to think about it. But my favorite food is pride. I do, and I don't know if that's a bad thing, but I love when my woman comes to me and goes, you know what? You just fix everything. They had you in jail, Andrew. You were supposed to be done. They're lying about you all over the MSM. They're saying you're a human trafficker. They stole all your money. They froze all your banks. Why am I on a jet with roses? Because I'm the top G. That's why. Because I'm that guy. She's like, you've just never failed. I've never seen you fail. So correct. I do not fail.
I have something to tell you. And it's randomly, I just learned about this, and it fits you so well.
Sure.
I read it again in the Bible. There's going to be so many people that are like, but yeah, I don't give a shit.
No, but that's what the knowledge is. My grandma is from Alabama, and she's a strict Christian. And she's from Alabama, like down the sticks, middle of dirt mud, Alabama. And she, one of my aunts is a lawyer. And I remember my aunt, sorry to interrupt you. My aunt.
No, I love this.
My aunt had a big court case coming up, and she'd spend half her time studying the case and half her time studying the Bible. And I remember being in her house. I must have been about 7 or 8 years old. And my mother asked her name is Liz, why are you reading the Bible so often? And she said, because that's where all the answers are.
Amen.
Yeah. So it's good wisdom, that you keep referencing it. Yeah.
Like I reference it because if I reference myself, I'm just leading you down a shit path.
Yeah.
And a lot of people get so annoyed. Like, you think you're so holier than thou. You think you're perfect. Then you're not listening to me.
Yeah.
I'm a filthy dummy, and I'm trying to get myself out of it.
Yeah.
That had to do with my industry.
Yep.
And she goes, if God says action, who has the authority to say cut?
I love that.
You want to take a quick smoke break and then come back? Because I have to pee really bad, and I haven't even touched my notes.
Let's do it.
Okay.
I said something that got me in a lot of trouble a long time ago, and I'm going to say it again. I said,
please.
I'm not good at learning my lessons. What did I say about driving until you hit the tree? What did I say?
Okay, go ahead.
I said the world would be a much better place if women had to walk around with their body counts on their foreheads.
Oh, I remember. You got smoked for
Everyone
this.
lost their minds, but not because they're like, he's a misogynist, because they're too stupid to extrapolate. Because I say something abrasively to shock people, and the intelligent ones will look at what I say and extrapolate the lessons from it. Like we talk about the Bible. You read the parable, but you have to sit down and analyze what it actually means.
Yeah.
What I'm talking about is female promiscuity. If women had to be far more careful and more selective with who they slept with, this would inspire masculine excellence now. You can't be a loser with a little bit of weed and get a chick over the house. You have to be a better version of a man. You have to be the kind of man who can provide for her if she gets pregnant, for her to even consider sleeping with you, because that number is going to go up and she's going to be...
By the way, I'm a very feminine guy. I know that. I grew up with like a sister. I had a lot of girls around me. During COVID, I was locked up with 6 girls. I thought that was the coolest thing in the world. Turns out, so sensitive afterwards. Everything was hurting my feelings. Everything. You are who you hang out with, bro. You know how many times I'd be like, how dare you? And then I was like, all right, I need to chill the fuck out. You know what I mean? Like I always wanted to conversate about shit. Like, how do you fucking feel about And like, I realized maybe his feelings don't matter, and I need to move the fuck on. But I found that really funny. Okay, so we circle back to the leader of the house. Okay, what else is the foundation of a good home? How can a man who doesn't have a father, who's made mistakes, who hears your voices, now you move the anger, can now properly understand the language of love? You're coming from a loving place. He understands. What's his first step?
Well, I believe in actionables. In fact, actionables is probably the word I type the most on my phone.
Actionable?
Yeah. Maybe if I press A, actionable comes up. Because when someone tells me anything, my answer is actionables.
I know you don't talk to people. I know that after you're done with the podcast, you kind of go on and do what you need to do. But I would love to stay in contact because I feel like we could sharpen each other.
I think so too. I think it'd be very interesting, certainly.
I think, to be honest, I would love to extend the conversation, but sometimes when I feel like it's ready to go, it's ready to go.
We have part 2 already lined up, so it'll happen some point in the future.
Thank you so much for being here, man.
Anytime.
I really, and truly, because like this is putting my show on a different map, and I think you know that too. And I really appreciate your time.
Thanks for coming, friend.